By the time you gracefully descended, Arcade was already on the ground, clutching its water bottle with a pained expression. The surroundings were nearly pitch black, the only illumination coming from the skylight above where you had fallen. Looking around, with no additional light sources, it was impossible to tell what lay beyond. Your first instinct was to explode to Arcade for this mess, but Astro's rules forced you to swallow your anger, even though you couldn't see a meteor nearby.
What do we do now, Lawrence? How do we get out?
You shot it a sideways glance. You had assumed that Arcade, with its bizarre reaction to everything, would never ask such a rational question. You took a moment to think. According to the fourth collection area rule, living required carrying at least one collection. Since a meteor hadn't apprehended you upon falling, it implied that this space was still considered part of the collection area.
We're doomed. I haven't fed my pet well yet. It's going to starve to death.
Ignoring its dramatic cries, you continued analyzing your surroundings, searching for anything that might aid your escape.
A meteor can arrest another meteor?
What nonsense are you talking about?
It says so right there.
Arcade pointed to a mural behind you. You were stunned to discover a massive hieroglyphic etched directly into the wall. What was even more surprising, though, was that Arcade seemed to be able to read this unusual script.
Oh, come on. Did you even pay attention during our academic lessons?
You
can feel the seed within your pumpkin head stirring, almost ready to burst with frustration.
Whenever you are, if you violate the rules, you will be arrested by a meteor. Huh, isn't this obvious?
You chewed over Arcade's words. That doesn't mean that even in this strange underground hole, meteors could still appear and arrest you. After all, you never witnessed an actual arrest. But if a meteor could arrest another meteor, it suggested that were tangible. An idea began forming in your mind. If violating the rules could attract the collection area's meteor, perhaps you could grab onto it and have it take you back to the surface. After careful consideration, you determined that breaking one of your assigned rules was the easiest and most recoverable. If Arcade was taken first, you would still be exiled along with it, due to the collection area rule 3.
Lawrence, what should we do now?
What should we do? How dare you ask me that? If you hadn't recklessly put that stone, we wouldn't even be down here.
You seized the opportunity to unleash your anger, yet you carefully modulated your tone. You knew that completely losing your temper would result in instant arrest. You ranted at Arcade while subtly adjusting your volume, glancing at the skylight now and then. Sure enough, the moment the meteor detected an excess of anger in your voice, a red glow flickered into view from above. As soon as you saw the crimson light, you swiftly altered your tone. The meteor, in response, reverted to the harmless blue. You extended a vine-like link, wrapping it around a small corner of the meteor.
Whoa, you can fly, Lawrence!
Oh, why am I stuck with this fool?
You let out a long sigh before reaching out with another vine, wrapping it around the handle of Arcade's massive water bottle, gradually pulling it up.
You are amazing, Lawrence. But do you think the meteor is mad at us for using it like that?
Wait, what?
You spun around. The meteor had completely shifted to a deep red hue. At this time of day, a meteor turning red could only mean exceed the time limit for staying in the collection area.
Wrong. We need to get out of here now.
Without a second thought, you bolted toward the exit, Arcade scrambling after you. However, just as you were about to step out of the collection area, you abruptly halted. The rules state that no one could leave without taking at least one artifact. Before you could turn around to grab something, Arcade, unable to stop itself in time, crashed into you, sending both of you tumbling past the threshold.
We are doomed.
You wailed dramatically after picking yourself up.
What's all the noise about, Lawrence? You two were gone for ages.
Scott had arrived, strolling toward you in no particular hurry.
Wherever Scott, we are about to be taken by the meteor. In these final moments of my life,
Alright. If you go on any longer, you will win next year's Earth Oscars Award.
Scott casually picked up the very same stone Aykroyd had pulled out from the wall.
Isn't this just what was needed? But where did you even find it? I've been searching for this thing for ages.
Scott walking away as if nothing had happened.
No.
You're welcome, Scott. I told you I'm the hide-and-seek champion. Fighting something like this is nothing for me.
Surge of fury rising within, but at this point, you had no idea where to direct your anger anymore. Holding your forehead in exasperation, you turned to head back to your reception desk. Lawrence, please proceed to the prayer chamber immediately to deliver an astrological enlightenment.
No way.